We are geared up for our second match of the evening. Christian Cole standing by with Loud and Noxious. And there you see Kimber Lee. Much like all of us, making a debut here at the Glass House in Pomona, California. For Bar Wrestling presents Mach 1, a tribute to John Ian and Mach 1 Pro Wrestling. Kimber Lee looks ready to go. And there you see Taya Valkyrie making her entrance here at Bar Wrestling. Throws her jacket on Melissa Santos.
Don't turn your back on Los Perros.
Never. I never would. She has her earmuffs, even though it's probably about 87 degrees in this building. She might have sensitive hearing.
Well, she doesn't want to hear the crass words of these
the plebeians that are in the crowd.
The plebeians, the commoners. She's the queen of bar wrestling, please.
Melissa Santos.
Kimber Lee, she was the queen of Chikara.
Melissa Santos gets a word with Taya about the announcements.
She was the princess. She was Princess Kimber Lee. She was not a queen, she was a princess. And I knew that.
Well, Taya Valkyrie, a polarizing figure in our industry, but there is no doubt she is one of the toughest women of this generation. Taya Valkyrie recently vying for an Impact World Championship shot on Impact Wrestling. She is the Impact Women's Champion at this time. A lot of interesting things happening in the world of pro wrestling, and Taya Valkyrie at the center of it.
That's right. She's based here out of Southern California, and she spends a lot of her time here, but she's, of course, nationally known, and she spent tons and tons of time in Mexico, as well as her home of Canada, so she's extremely well-traveled.
Bilingual is Taya Valkyrie, probably trilingual, since Canadian English is a totally different language as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know what they're saying.
I don't know what you know about that, but
I know all about that.
You know about the I can't even do it. Can't even do the accent. It's Taya, wrist lock. Kimber Lee now. That arm wringer is in deep. Taya Valkyrie looks to wear down the left arm, but Kimber Lee nimble, able to fight out, counter. Hammerlock now on the backside. As Taya and Kimber Lee locking up for the first time ever here. Taya headlock takedown. Referee Nick Bonanno making sure the shoulders are not pinned, and they were not.
Well, Taya's definitely taller. Taya's definitely got the leverage advantage. She's probably got a little bit of a reach and a strength advantage as well. You cannot count Kimber Lee down at all. She's a former Chikara Grand Champion. So we're talking about trailblazers like Tessa. Kimber Lee was the first female champion of Chikara.
That's a great point. Chikara, always a progressive company on the leading the industry on new ideas, and Kimber Lee at the forefront of that movement. Big overhand chop by Taya Valkyrie, looks to isolate.
She championed her royal court. They went on to a big team victory with Los Ice Creams and Gentleman Jervis.
Los Ice Creams, indeed. Look at that, beautiful arm drag by Kimber Lee. Comes in but misses in the corner. Taya digs deep with that forearm. Irish whip to the other corner. Kimber Lee, nimble, able to get an arm drag there into the center of the ring.
And that's how Kimber Lee can offset that leverage advantage by using the turnbuckles and using the ropes, springboarding.
The fans absolutely rowdy. The line for the bar was 25 people deep on 4 different lines before the show started. So these fans are absolutely sauced. Overhand chop again. She definitely chooses to go with that overhand chop as opposed to the traditional knife edge. Oh, look at that. Is that a counter there? But she eats a kick anyway, does Kimber Lee. Looks to take a breather on the outside, and Taya taking a ton of heat from these fans in Pomona. Taya introduces Kimber Lee to the apron right there. One of the harder parts of the ring there is there's only steel beams underneath the apron, and Nick Bonanno losing control as these two competitors fire on their way onto the outside of the ring.
This is where it gets dangerous, Christian, because here in bar wrestling, we don't have count outs. It is barroom rules. So all that our referee can do here is just sort of call the action as it goes, and hopefully they make it back to the ring at some point.
It's a great point. They're going to need to do that in order to get a victory. I mean, although there are
it's not false count anyway.
Right, although there are no countouts, a win can only be achieved by pinfall submission inside the ring. As we follow the action, great job by James Frank, our cameraman and our production squad, following this action on the outside.
It looks like they're getting beverages doused upon them.
Yeah, an absolute dousing is happening here. As you see, surrounded by fans. We are sold out here tonight. March 27th, 2020 is the date, and this building is packed to the brim, even on the balcony, standing room only.
Kim had a little sip there. The bar is open. It is bar wrestling.
But did they do the ID check? Because they won't get served unless they did an ID check.
Now, she's from Seattle. They might do it different out there.
As Taya now eats a face full of that glass house bar. Prone on the bar now is Taya as Kimber Lee goes into that mount position and right hand after right hand.
Yeah, there's a wild fight going on that I don't think most of this crowd has a direct line of vision for. But there's your ID check, Christian, if you're worried about it.
Yeah, definitely going to need another Red Bull. We're checked up here.
Yeah. This is the glass house. This isn't a rinky-dink show here.
Face full of corner post for Taya Valkyrie. Kimber Lee getting violent on the outside, but the two women now make their way into the center. That is a cover. Both legs are hooked, but only 2. Surprising that Taya was able to kick out after eating a face full of corner posts, still with the sense to be able to come up, kick out, get the shoulder up.
That was truly a barroom beatdown. I'm surprised Taya was able to kick out of that. And now we're seeing the brutality of Kimber. We've seen Kimber Lee take extreme amounts of punishment. I'm not using that word lightly.
Anytime you see a woman like that, or any person, quite frankly, man or woman, tatted up their arms and with all these tattoos, you know they don't mind pain, and Kimber Lee's showing that tonight.
Again, she's from Seattle. They do it a little different out there.
Big kick to the back. Taya Valkyrie now feels it in her spine and looks to fight back. Snapmare takedown from Taya, and she gives a kick now. And a spit now from La Wera Loca. Taya Valkyrie, who is as vicious as any competitor in our industry today. Forearm from Lee, answer from Valkyrie.
Yes, she earned that reputation with brutality and by just being in the toughest fights you can get into all over Mexico and learning lucha libre, and wow.
Double high kick, both land, both go down. Nick Bonanno checking on the well-being of both competitors and initiates the double down count. So for our fans at home, Loudon, there is no count outs, but you can be counted down in the ring.
If you are no longer able to perform, that's excesivo de Castillo.
Yes.
You're done.
I know exactly what you mean, although I didn't understand a word of it. As Kimber Lee, Taya Valkyrie up to their feet. Lee comes in, but she's too slow to get there in time. Valkyrie misses. Oh my God, beautiful spear takedown.
Wow. And she got all of it.
Cover,
she got
count.
in the middle of the ring too, but Kimber Lee gets a shoulder up. That was right in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, no way to get to a rope there and break the count. She had to use her fortitude to get a shoulder up, and she was able to do so. Taya Valkyrie with that double underhook from the back, an inverted Nelson. Misses the right hand, does
Look at this
Taya.
power. There it is.
Suplex City from Kimber Lee.
Gut wrench German, got her up and over, but not enough to keep her down.
Kimber Lee now pounds the mat, looks to get the fans behind her, goes for that side control position and drops big right-handed bombs on Taya. And Taya looks like she's confused on where she is right now. She's in bad shape.
Taya's on Dream Street. As Kimber Lee now going, that's where she needs to go. She needs to fly. She needs to fly like a Boeing from Seattle.
Can she do it? Kimber Lee up top. Kimber Lee looks for the swanton. Knees up from Valkyrie. And Valkyrie now goes in, digs in deep with that clothesline.
That was a clothesline, and it was a hard one.
Goes in,
Almost
hooks
folding her
both
in half.
legs.
One more time. Kimber Lee still showing that toughness that she's known for. Not giving up. And now Taya's getting frustrated. She's got to wonder what I got to do to put this spunky little Space Needle away.
Taya Valkyrie has a hold of both feet from behind. Lee looks to fight back, able to do so. Kimber Lee goes in for the kick, unable to succeed with it. Taya Valkyrie,
Flat forward.
absolutely beautiful.
That's the coup de grace. Hooks the leg, and that
that's
does
it.
it.
Wow.